Da paddelt ein Mitbruder in die Entfernung. Ich habe ihn erkannt, als ich rauskam aus meinem Zimmer. Und dann ich ging rüber, um den Gimbal zu holen aus Duckendaltem. Ich habe es normalerweise in mein Zimmer. Aber gestern, I'm speaking in German. Forgive me. Forgive me. No, this is in English. The last one I did was in German, and I just listened to 2 German podcasts as I was getting ready. So forgive me for addressing you in the language of Goethe and Beethoven and Mozart without any music to it. But here we are this morning. So yesterday was kind of special in many ways. Every day is special in many ways. We had a marvelous concert here in Duckendaltem. It was just absolutely splendid. I only got a little bit of it. And I did include it in my German live stream yesterday, which was a day late because I had to do so many things the day before. It was impossible. I was at a completely filled day with lots of visitors and activities going on here. That's life. That was Friday, and then I made up for it yesterday with the German live stream when the concert was playing. And yesterday was a full day, and besides, yesterday something very beautiful happened, if you allow me to tell you. I went to visit a man in hospital in Haifa. I mentioned to him about him already. His name is Wilfried, and you can see where he lives more or less. Not in detail, but more or less. He lives over there in Migdal, and he's here quite a bit of time each year. And he lives near Bodensee, Lake Constance, and he's a marvelous man. A master baker, does extraordinary, wonderfully delightful, tasty cakes of different sorts, and also breads. So he had a stroke, 79, and it was a marvelous thing that happened. Going into to his room, where I was 3 days ago, I think Wednesday evening, and he was already much more alert. He had the oxygen mask, and he can't speak, obviously, and he'd hold my hand and squeeze it to affirm agreement or that everything was great. Whatever, I talked to him, his eyes lit up. And then I connected his family by video call to Germany, and they sang for him. They sang beautiful hymns, as they're very pious people. He is also. And he's one of those Germans that are completely in their heart desiring to overturn completely all the bad that happened a few generations ago in Germany, in the world, the cause of the Second World War, part of the cause of the Second World War, and to make good for the hurt done to so many people. And one of those groups is the Jewish people, and they feel horrible repugnance to the disaster of the Holocaust, of the Shoah, and they do good. And that's the main reason why he and his wife have spent so much time here, involved in Israel. And there are lots of people like that. It's amazing. And so I obviously had the volume up so he could hear well. And his room is right across from the nurses' station, and there were 3 or 4 of the nursing staff there sitting down. It was quiet, and they were checking messages and just doing the end of the day work. It was late. They allowed me to be there that late because I couldn't get there earlier. And they heard the songs from Germany being sung in Hebrew. So they were very confused and they thought maybe the family was Jewish. And so when we were finished, I went to tell them afterwards that about the nature of their heart and their will to do good, and that there were many people like that. So then they wanted to verify that they were Christians. And among the nursing staff were also some Muslims. And it was just such an impact, humanly, spiritually, the warmth, the discovery for them. They had never known about this or thought about it. And I also connected Wilfried with a man from East Germany. He's part of an organization from Saxony, and they are tradespeople, and they have an organization that comes to fix the houses, roof repair, plumbing, or anything that's needed. I'm sorry, I'm trying to fix the phone here. It's just not level, and it doesn't leave me in peace when it's not level. But we'll just have to put up with it, I guess. They come to do all these different things, and I know many groups of these people who have come over the years. They always also come to Magdala to see our site and to pray here. And so I told these people about this, and they just were overwhelmed with joy and warmth. It's amazing. And then I was going by another patient group going out, and I just noticed the side of my eye, and there was a man in similar condition to Wilfried, and obviously a Jewish man, and his wife. And I went, and the man waved at me, but it turns out he was in the same condition as Wilfried. He couldn't speak. His wife said that to me. It was kind of clear. He didn't have an oxygen mask on, but he obviously had suffered. He's in the neurology department, so there were some major issues that he had to deal with. And I told them this story, and it brought joy to them. I was so happy coming back. It's amazing the amount of goodness that's going on in the world that we don't know about. It's truly amazing. And there's a lot of trouble. A lot of people are people of doing evil, people of doing war, violence, terrorism, very heavy hand, destroying the lives of many people in different ways. Sometimes it's just by destroying their reputation, but sometimes it's also destroying their physical homes, their reality, their lives. And then you have others trying to build up and do good and build bridges. And the victory is for good and for love. No matter how advanced the process of destruction might appear to be in many ways, there is such amazing, amazing good. And that's one of the big conclusions you can get from the gospel today. There is such amazing good. And I think we can just do the text. And I have in my heart a lot of things to share in the homily this morning at Mass in this regard also at 8:15, so in 2 hours time. So it's there's a lot. It's a very short passage. It's only 3 or 4 verses, and you can see why then in the first reading we have from the Acts of the Apostles that the people were thrilled, they were delighted. It's a beautiful expression. The Gentiles were delighted when they heard this. I have made you a light to the Gentiles, that you may be an instrument of salvation to the ends of the earth. All who were destined for eternal life came to believe. This is in the Acts of the Apostles reading. And the word of the Lord continued to spread through the whole region. This little piece of the text expresses the delight of the discovery of being loved, of being forgiven, of renewal of life, of the promise of eternal life. It's just amazing. Hey, look at this lonely one over here, perched on this stone. I wonder if it's the same one we had the other day in the same place. I think they have territory claims. A massive wingspan, beautiful. That looked like territory claims as well, didn't it? And you can hear them cackling. So then we go to the gospel passage that says, I am the good shepherd. Well, these words aren't the exact words today. The psalm already has this language, Psalm 100. We are his people, the sheep of his flock. The flock he tends. His faithfulness endures forever. My sheep hear my voice. I know them and they follow me. I can imagine Jesus as a boy on a farm, helping, maybe even they had a few sheep or goats themselves, and was watching the ones that weren't carpenters like Joseph, watching the flocks, and then knowing this psalm, and as his awareness of his mission developed, and this image, feeling the love of the Father. My sheep hear my voice and they follow me. It's amazing when you meet people that don't know that level of life. They may have great development, they may be incredible professionals, awesome knowledge, doctorates, and they don't know that that they are loved by God, and that he is speaking to us and calling us by name. There's a lot of loneliness in the world, a lot of people eating alone, a lot of people living alone, a lot of people crying alone. They're incapable of living with others. And yet, the human heart is to hear his voice and to live forever in glory. We make so many choices, and it's ours to choose. We are given that great freedom. A freedom to build community, to build neighborhoods. It's first of all to build family. I hear his voice and I follow. But maybe we don't want to hear a voice to follow. We want to dictate how things are going to be, and we need to learn. And the bottom of it and the base of it and the confidence we can have is that we are loved. I know them and they follow me. I give them eternal life. And we give life to each other, encouragement, support, and we receive that eternal life from the source of all life. And the mystery that's expressed in the very last line of this text, the Father and I are one. And every little bit of goodness we do for another is an expression of our unity with the source of all beautiful gifts, all good gifts. And there's a lot of suffering, a lot of hurt, but that voice is still coming through. That voice is still coming through. And the mystery that's in each person, and particularly in Jesus, who was here at the Sea of Galilee, with these fishermen, with these disciples, walking these shores. I and the Father are one, which is also our eternal call to be in that completely without division, union, communion with the Father. The immensity of love that way exceeds the immensity of matter and stars and grains of sand and shells. To discover that mystery of love. People, I think we leave it like that for today. The flies are killing me here. I just have my swimming shorts on and they're really going after me, these flies. People called somebody today by name because that may be their first experience today to remember that they're being called by God. How many times Jesus called people here at the Sea of Galilee by name. And at the resurrection he said, Mary. And she recognized his voice. Called by name. I know who's calling me. I hear his voice. Nobody can separate me from him, no matter how they try. People, God bless you. See you later, alligators. Have a blessed Sunday. Call somebody by name, kindly, with love, with goodness. You might be the echo of that heavenly voice calling them forever by name.